Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. Welcome to this video on CMAT past year papers from logical reasoning section. We took up some questions yesterday as well, and today also we will see some questions from the past that will give you an idea that what are the topics from which CMAT asks questions and which are the ones which are generally easy, which are the ones time consuming, and how you should be tackling those questions in the examination. Okay, so that will give you the kinds of questions, right? So whenever you appear for an examination, you should know the kinds of questions that are asked so that you prepare for them. Let us say you do not know a particular type of question, so you know how to so if you see that those kind of questions are asked repeatedly, so you must prepare for them. Okay, as I told yesterday also, that you have enough time in the paper, so make sure that your concepts are clear in all the topics. So on 9th of April, we have the CMAT examination, and at 9 p.m. we shall be having the live analysis of the examination. So please do join us uh, on the day of examination at 9 p.m. to understand the difficulty level of the paper, the type of questions that were asked, and what could be the expected cutoffs for a certain percentile. So let's start today's class, right? So this is uh, a question from CMAT 2020. This is called analogy. Okay, so such kind of questions are asked in verbal section as well, sometimes in your reasoning section as well. And whenever they ask such kind of questions in reasoning, they are generally basic awareness based, right? You should be knowing these common words and terms in order to answer the questions. So there's a relationship given between two words, and you have to find the pair which shows the same relationship. Clasp to bracelet, as which of these relations is true? Now these questions would hardly take any time. Okay, like if you know the answer, you would be able to do them within 10-15 seconds, not more than that, right? So what is a clasp? Clasp is a kind of you can say it's a kind of lock which is used in bracelet, right? When you it is used for holding the bracelet, right, to fasten the bracelet. So if you talk about buckle, buckle is something that is used to fasten a belt. Okay, so hence buckle and belt. Hook is not something that is used to fasten a coat, right? You just uh, put, I mean, keep it in a hook, right? Cuffs are not meant for trousers. Okay, is the issue resolved now? Is still the lag? There was some issue for a while, right? Is it fine now? Okay, so good. Right, we are back. Okay, so here's the next question. It says that in a code language, Tritons is written as 106, similarly is written as 118. How would demonetization be written in that same language? Okay, so it was asked in CMAT 2018. Demonetization happened in 2016. They did not ask in 2017, they asked in 2018. Okay, so it's a sort of question on coding. And alphabet coding is something that is a must for all these examinations. Okay, so Vipin, do you know the answer to this question? Have you solved this question in the past, or you just solved it now? You're saying 167. So one thing that you must know this is the order of alphabets. That will help you in all such questions related to alphabet test. Okay, so let us try with frightens. Let us try to put the corresponding letters and see that if it adds to 106 or do we need to add or subtract something. R is 18, I is 9, G is 7, H is 8, 20, 5, 14 and 19. Okay. So this is 20, 20 plus 20, 40, 45. This is 24, 69, 69 plus 18 is 87, 87 plus 19, 106. Yes, it adds to 106. Okay, it adds to 106. So you figured out the right logic. Okay, although you should have tested also. So once we have tested, if you want, see in CMAT you have enough time. You can check for similarly also. It should match to 118. So let us find for demonetization. 4 plus 5 plus 13 plus 15 plus 14 plus 9, 29 and S is 19 plus 1, that is 20, 9 plus 15 plus 14. We need to add all these numbers and see that what it results in. 20, 20, 20, 40, 60. Okay, 60 and then we have 9 into 3, 27. 27 plus 13 is again 40. That is 100. Okay, this is 29, this is 29. 158 and plus 9, 167. Yes, it adds to 167. Okay, so that is the answer. So most of you have answered. Samrat is getting 169. Samrat, please add again. Try to add again. You should get 167. Okay, I hope others got 167. So this is a common variant of question in these examinations. Okay, wherein some things related to alphabets are asked. So it could be coding, decoding, or it could be some analogy of letters. Okay, so know these things will help you. Okay. All right. So if you know these, remember these values, it becomes easy. If you do not remember, no problem. You can write. You can take time and write this. In CMAT, you have enough time to do that also. But if such questions are also asked in Snap and all, so wherein you do not have much time, so memory helps you. Okay. Akshay and Ajay are studying in the same class. Ajay could not score as much marks as Akshay scored, and hence Ajay's father took Ajay into task. Ajay replied that there are so many like me in the class. Based on the information, find out the answer to the question. So they have given a story, right? That story is useless. Read this part. Akshay ranks 13 in the class where 33 students are studying. There are 5 students below Ajay rank wise. How many students are there between Akshay and Ajay? So we have to find the number of students between these two people. Akshay and Ajay. 15, 15, 14. Okay. Now see, Akshay is 13th in the class. And these questions sometimes become tricky, right? These are easy, but the wordings make it tricky. Okay. Now it says that there are 5 students below Ajay rank wise, right? 5 students below Ajay. So that means Ajay must be 28 in the class. Okay. If Ajay was 5th from the end, then Ajay must have been 29th. But there are 5 students below Ajay. So Ajay is 28. Now, how many students are there in between? Some of you are answering 15. Do not just subtract. Okay. So let us say this is A, this is B. So the answer is B minus A minus 1. These are the people in between. That is 14. Now, if you ever get confused कि do we have to subtract one or not? Confuse हो जाता है कि कहाँ पे one minus करना होता है, कहाँ पे नहीं करना होता है. I'll tell you a simple way, right? If you get confused in those, instead of 28, let us take 14. ठीक है? इसको A को हमने ले लिया 13, B को ले लिया 14. Okay. Now you will get a clarity that do we have to subtract or not? How many students are between 13 and 14? Nobody. Right? Consecutive numbers. 13 and 15, there is one person which is rank 14. Okay. If it is 13 and 16, 14 and 15, two people in between. Okay. तो क्या कर रहे हैं हम? We are doing B minus A minus 1. So if you ever get confused कि do we have to subtract 1 or not, I mean just take simple numbers. Just next to it, you will never have the confusion. Okay. So you have to subtract 1 between. The answer is 14. This is a place which is very simple, but some people have conceptual misunderstanding, or they just subtract 13 from 28 and would answer 15. Okay. 4 packets PQRS, 3 wallets A, B, and C are kept on a table, one after the other in a row from left to right. Wallet C has as many items to its left as to its right. No packet is at extreme end of the row. Packet P is kept to the immediate left of packet R. Packet P is to the immediate right of wallet A. What is kept third from the left end of the row on the table? So there are 7 items. There are 4 packets and 3 wallets kept on a table from left to right. You have to find the third from the left end of the row. It's a simple one. Apurva Palak say R. Let others also find. These are the kind of questions you get, right? Quite simple. Many of them are very simple ones. And time is not an issue in these questions. Enough time to solve these. Even if you are slow at doing things, you will get enough time. Now the good thing is like you have 40 questions which are knowledge based. They will hardly take 15 to 20 minutes. One thing I would request is if you are slightly fast, please revise also. Okay, sometimes things happen that you are doing at a great speed and sometimes you make very silly mistakes. Okay, this is from my personal experience as well, right? Sometimes I also get questions incorrect and later on I realize that, oh, I did that mistake. Okay, so it is given that C has as many items to its left and as to its right. So whenever you have such kind of a sentence, right, it means it is in the middle. ठीक है, जितने लेफ्ट में उतने राइट में, तो वो बीचों बीच होगा. So C is here. It says no packet is at the extreme end of the row. If packets are not at the extreme ends, there will be wallet at the extreme ends. Okay, wallet होंगे. Now A, B, C are wallet. C is in the middle, so it will be A and B. So A and B will come in these two positions. Okay. Then packet P is to the immediate left of packet R. and packet is to P is to the immediate right of wallet A. अगर ये A के right में, so A cannot be this side, right? These are A or B. If A is this, then P cannot be here. So this will be A. This is B. Okay. So P is to the immediate right of wallet A, and P is to the immediate left of packet R. R के left में. Now it is asking third from the left end. First, second, third. That is R. Okay. This is based on conditional logic. Yesterday also we took one question. So इस तरह के questions में clarity होनी चाहिए कि किस तरह से करना है. Like you are given a sentence and you have to tell that which of the following logically follows from the main statement. Whenever I go to shopping, I end up spending more. Okay, what is the reverse for this? The admit card, see, they have given you the name of the city, right? So that I mean that they have done for the purpose that you do not have to worry ki, like where will my center be. Okay, for that reason they have given the name of the city. Yes, you will get the admit card soon. Okay, probably tomorrow or day after. So you must have seen the city. If it is out of your town, then you need to make arrangements so that you reach the other place on that particular day. Anyway, the examination is in the afternoon, 3 p.m. So it says, whenever I go shopping, I end up spending more. So yesterday also we discussed this thing that if it says if I go to shopping, I end up spending more. If shopping is yes, then spending will be more. Okay. But if shopping is not there, if this part does not happen, then spending will be more or less. We do not know. Okay, we do not know. Okay. Now, if we talk the reverse thing, so it says I went for shopping, I end up spending less. So this is false, right? This is false. Now there is an option both A and B, that is also false. Okay, so we have to check B and C. I did not go for shopping, right? That implies I did not spend more. So if a person does not go for shopping, right, you cannot tell that whether the person spent more or less, isn't it? See, I told you yesterday also, if something starts with whenever or if, right? If or whenever एक ही चीज होती है, जब भी or like so that is whenever I go shopping. So if he goes for shopping, he will spend more. But if he does not go for shopping, we do not know whether that person will spend more or less. Okay. So remember that if this part is not valid, जो first part होता है if के साथ जो आता है, whether के साथ जो आता है, if that is not valid, you cannot tell anything about the second part. So if he did not go for shopping, we cannot tell that he did not spend more or he spent more, right? So this is also false. Okay, so three false हो गए, तो ideally it should be the answer. Let us see it, right? It says I did not spend more, right? He did not spend more. So if he spent less, okay, then can we say that he went to shopping or not? So if he did not spend more, that means he did not go for shopping, because if he had gone for shopping, he would have definitely spent more. We know that he is spending less, so that means he did not go for shopping. But if we were given that he spent more, right, we are given he did not spend more. If it was given that if it was given that I spent more, right, then like shopping cannot be determined. Why? Because in case of shopping, he's spending more. If he's not shopping, he can spend more in that scenario also. Okay, so answer is option C. So always remember that if this is true, then only this condition follows. If this is false, this condition could be anything. It could be more also, it could be less also. Okay. Now abstract reasoning is not only asked in your Maharashtra CT, also in your CMAT we have questions from abstract reasoning. So select this figure from the answer figures that would replace the question mark. See what is happening to this. This is a shape like this. ठीक है, इधर की साइड एरो और ये, एंड इफ यू लुक इट इज द वाटर इमेज. अगर इसको उल्टा कर दोगे तो ऐसा हो जाएगा, एंड दिस एरो विल पॉइंट लाइक दिस, राइट? सो दिस इज द water image. So we need to just take the water image of this. So if we take the water image of this, we will get something like zigzag from left end to center. ठीक है, लेफ्ट एंड से सेंटर की ओर बना हुआ आना चाहिए. So this is coming straight, so that is wrong, right? Left end to center is fine. Okay, so it is pointing down, so the topmost should point up, right? So it is pointing straight, so it should not, it should be pointing up. Now we are left with A and B. Okay, A और B में से क्या होगा? See, if you see 1 2 3, like 3 hill shape, you can call it that kind of thing. In this we have 1 2 3. In this we have 1 2 3 and 3.5, right? One more line, so that is also incorrect. So that is option A. You can eliminate if you can draw. Okay, if you can draw, good. If you can eliminate, then also fine. Okay, so the answer is option A. If you attempt 80 questions genuinely, that is a very good attempt. Okay, I would say that do not fluke. Okay, those could cost you. You can probably do some intelligent guessing to by eliminating options, but not mark randomly, because there are negative marks also in this. Find the number of triangles in the given figure. 11, 13, 15 or 17. Now I would recommend to solve this question in the end or skip the question. या तो इन क्वेश्चन को नहीं करना चाहिए या फिर एंड में करना चाहिए. Like, I'm not saying that you should not do this question, because right, you would, that would not be saying the right thing. Yes, if it is in a speed based test, I would recommend not to touch these questions, because high chances of getting these wrong. Okay, but if it's a like examination like CMAT, wherein you have enough time, do it in the end, because these questions take a lot of time. Careful observation. Okay, some saying 11, some saying 15. No one going for the central route. Okay, Prajakta found 17 triangles. One thing, make sure that you should be careful in not counting the duplicates. ठीक है, avoid duplicates. इनमें ये गलती हो जाती है कि डुप्लीकेट बहुत बार हम कर देते हैं. Okay, Vipin has found 14. Amresh and Preet 13, Khushi 11. There are some standard kind of triangles, right? For which I had taken a session also for Maharashtra city. These are some mix of figures. Yes, I'll tell you how to do this. So mostly people saying 11, 15, some saying 13 also, right? 17, no one goes क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा ही number दिख रहा है. Okay. So first of all, the first step should be count the smallest ones. Like I'll tell you the process how to solve these questions. Generally, answer may they will ask you counting wherein it is a two-digit number, right? Maybe 10 to 15 or maybe 20, 25, not beyond that. How to count this? Count the smallest ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. ये सबसे छोटे triangle है. ठीक है, हमने 6 कर दिए, right? Now use different base. Okay. So let me draw some lines, right? Let me take this points A, B, C, D. Okay. So let us use those base and try to find those triangles. Okay. So let us say if I use AC as the base, right? This straight line as the base. So one triangle I can find is, or you can put some more points also, A, F and AG. I mean, these also we can put as points to have the complete number of points, right? So if we use AC as the base, so AC को base बनाएंगे because AB as the base we have found one. Okay, now we will use AC as the base. So AC as the base, if we see there is one triangle AFC, ऐसे बन रहा है, इसको base रखना है. We can see one triangle here. We can see another triangle AGC. We see another triangle ADC. So we have found three more triangles. Okay. Now what we will do? We will turn to this side. We will put CD as the base. Okay. If you take CD as the base, this small triangle we have already counted, right? So we will not count CGD. Okay. So we have CFD. Okay. एक triangle ऐसा बन गया CFD. That is one triangle. Now do not count CAD. Why not CAD? Because ये बड़ा वाला triangle हमने पहले ही count कर लिया. This triangle we counted with this base. So do not count it again. So CFD is the only one that will add here. So one triangle here. Now we will take ED as the base. Okay. If we take ED as the base, we will have okay, we did not count this triangle in this CD, right? So we can count triangle CED. We should have counted in this base itself, but let us count now one triangle like this. Okay, then another triangle we can count is EDF. Okay, EDF, that is another triangle that we can count. So we counted two more triangles, right? Then if we take ED we have taken. Now if we take EB as the base, so we can find ECB, isn't it? If we take EB as the base, we can find ECB. So we got one more. So we got 6 plus 7, 13 triangles. Okay, so that's how we count this. So just take the smallest first, count the smallest ones, then turn by 10, try taking the bases and count in that way. Many times, like you might skip like one or two triangles might get skipped and you might get a different answer. Okay, so strategically not a good question to attempt, but yes, if you have enough time, then you can spend time and then count the figures. Any trick? Trick is basically you just have to be observant, right? Look, make sure that you do not miss out anything. 10 candidates appear for an interview and 6 of them are selected. There are 2 MTechs, 2 MBA, 2 MBBS and 4 LLB among the candidates. Is the connection restored now? You can read the chat. Okay, so now it's back. Okay, so you must have read this question. Okay, that was one good part, right? So it says that there are 10 people, 2 MTech, 2 MBA, 2 MBBS, and 4 LLB. We have to select 6 candidates out of them. Okay, now what are the conditions for selection? First thing is given that at least one MBA candidate is selected. At least one means that greater than or equal to 1. Okay, exactly one must be an MTech candidate. So MTech is 1. If 2 MBBS candidates are selected, which of the following statements can be true? So MBBS 2 are selected. Okay, that these are the fixed things given to us. We have to tell which of the following could be true. Could be true means that all others will be false. One statement can possibly be true. Okay, so we know that 1, 2, 3, 4. We can have 2 LLB. That will make it 6. This 1 and 2 are fixed. This can be made as 2 also because it is greater than equal to 1. Right? So 1 की जगह 2 भी ले सकते हैं. So in that case it will be 1. If we take 1 and 2 and 3, this will be 0. So these are the 3 cases. 3 केस बनेंगे या तो 1 होगा 2 होगा 3 होगा accordingly 2 1 0. Okay, first is 1 MBA and 1 LLB candidate are selected. 1 MBA and 1 LLB. See, if MBA is 1, LLB has to be 2. So that is incorrect because other two MTech and MBBS fixed 3 candidates. Okay, so 1 1 तो हो ही नहीं सकता. 3 LLB candidate are selected. LLB maximum can be 2. Incorrect. 1 MTech and 3 LLB candidates are selected. LLB can be maximum 2, right? So that is again incorrect. Only 1 MBA and 2 LLB candidates are selected. 1 MBA and 2 LLB. So that is one of the possible conditions. Right? Simple. We got multiple cases and only one of them is possible out of the given options. Okay. ABC are 3 girls who go to buy 6 items: P, Q, R, S, T, and U. Each one of them buys 2 different items in such a way that if A buys R, then B buys neither P nor S. If B buys Q, then C buys neither U or T. Okay. If A buys R, then what will B buy? Again, condition based question. Even if you are slow at solving questions, you will not take more than 45-50 minutes to attempt reasoning and quant sections. So let us see what is given to us. We are given some conditions. Okay, Before that, let us look at the question because conditions will apply after we know what is it's given to us. If A buys R and T, so A has purchased R and T. Okay. Now it says that if A buys R, then B buys neither P nor S. Okay. A has purchased R, so P and S cannot be for B. So P and S will come here. Okay. So P and S are gone. R and T are gone. Q and U remain. So B will purchase Q and U. So that is your answer. Now, if we want to check this condition, if B buys Q, so B buys Q, then C must buy neither U nor T. Yes, C is not buying U, C is not buying T. So that condition is also already satisfied. So that was an extra condition. Even if you do not read this, you could have answered the question. Okay, simple one. R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R6, R7 are 7 places on a map. The following places are connected by two-way roads. R1 and R2, R1 and R6, R3 and R6, R3 and R4, R6 and R7, R4 and R5, R2 and R3. So these are all connections. No other road exists. So these are the only connections of roads. And we have to find the shortest route from R1 to R7. Find the shortest route in terms of least number of intermediate stations. So the best is go, let us see options, right? So R1, R2, this is a long route which is involving 5 elements, right? So let us see R1, R3, R7. Is it possible? So avoid this. Let us check for these three options. Okay, if we do not get, then this will be the answer. R1, R3, R7. Is R1 connected to R3? No, R1 is not connected to R3, right? So that is not a possible route. R1 is not connected to R5 also. Okay, so that is not a straight route. R1, R6. R1 and R6 are connected. Fine. And R6 and R7 are also connected. So that is the shortest route. Isn't it? कुछ questions इतने easy भी आते हैं. Right? You just have to read, see the options and answer. Right? Other options are straight away incorrect. Right? Two options. These routes do not exist. C is a very long route. So prefer a shorter route. That is option D. And option D matches. Given below is a diagram of three circles X, Y, and Z which represent musicians. So X represents musicians, Y represents singers, and Z represents dancers. These are different regions shown, and you are asked select the region that represents musicians who are singers but not dancers. If you know Venn diagrams, this is a very easy question for you. So the musicians who are singers. So musicians are X, right? And singers are Y. So it should be an overlap of X and Y. इसके ओवरलैप में आना चाहिए, and these are not dancers, so it should be outside Z. Outside Z, overlap of X and Y. So that is in part D. So only D is the answer. Okay. So if you know how to read a Venn diagram, easy question. Okay. So logical Venn diagram, these kind of Venn diagrams are asked in the reasoning section. Okay. Now this is a question on input output. Rare in CMAT. Okay, but what was asked was not so difficult. So it says a number arrangement machine, when you give some input, it makes the following arrangements. So if it is given that the appropriate answer if 159 is in the numbers in step 5. So if step 5 is 159, find the value of input. So they have given you enough examples. Even if they gave 2 examples or 3 examples, you could have done that. They have given you 6 examples. So to find the input if step 4 is 159. So what do we need to do is, I mean, this you have to see the logic. So if we see S1, suppose the number is n. Okay, so S1 is n square, 4 ka square 16, 9 ka square 81, 7 ka 49, 36 this. So S1 is n square. Okay. Step 2. Step 2, what they have done is 9 plus 3, 16 plus 4, 81 plus 9, 49 plus 7. So that is n square plus n. ठीक है, इसमें वो number add कर दिया. Then step 3, what they have done is they have added 5 in each of these cases. So मैं 5 add कर दिया. So n square plus n plus 5. Okay. In step 5, what they have done is they have subtracted 2. Okay. 2 कम कर दिया. So S4 is n square plus n plus 3. Okay. Now n square plus n plus 3 is 159 that is given to us. Okay. Now even if you do not have to want to solve the equation, you can just look at the options. 13 का square कितना था 169. So this will be greater than 169, n square plus n plus 3, so not the answer. 10 का square देखो 11 पे 135 आ रहा था, 9 पे 93 आ रहा है, तो 10 has to be between these two numbers. No need to calculate. Don't calculate. We can say that 10 is not the answer. Okay. 22 will be a very large number. ठीक है, जब 13 में 169 से ऊपर आ रहा है, 22 will be somewhere close to 500. Okay, so that answer should be 12. Just put 144 plus 12 plus 3 is 150. So no need to solve, just look at the options, do it the reverse way. Okay, so the answer is 12. So it looked input output आया था, but that is a very easy question. So CMAT generally asks easy questions. Most of the questions we saw like today and yesterday also, you saw that these questions are very much doable. If you know the concepts of different things, you can easily tackle those questions, right? It just requires some patience, right? Do not be in a hurry. You have enough time to attempt the paper and you can do very well in the examination. Okay, so that were some questions from past year papers of CMAT of the logical reasoning section that we discussed today. I hope you found this thing useful, right? So all the best for the examination, and on the day of examination, as I said, we will have the exam analysis at 9 p.m. So do watch it, and we have some more sessions also coming up today in the evening, right? One is your the GK marathon that we have every Sunday, and one is going to be the uh, a session on I and E, right? So wherein I'll be discussing some current affairs related to innovation and entrepreneurship. Please do watch those sessions also. That will help you for the examination. So thanks for watching this video. Have a great day ahead. Goodbye.